guys, what's up? I plan to have a bunch of spooky, scary videos for the whole month of October, or just like Halloween videos in general. I know this isn't really like a Halloween related video, but this is a scary video because let me just say, my life for the past 2 months has been nothing but chaos, stupidity, me wondering where I'm going to live the next day. Like, it has been really difficult, and I've been really trying to look on the bright side of things, but I don't know how. Things are now starting to slowly come together. I wouldn't be surprised if today I heard some bad news. I'm not kidding whenever I say that every single day of my life, something bad has happened to me. I'm not talking about like minor stuff, I'm talking about like bad stuff. So as some of you guys may know, I did pick up and move from Virginia to Los Angeles, California to pursue my dreams of becoming a future actress, boost my YouTube career a little bit more. I was lucky enough to move in with one of my friends. You guys might know who I'm talking about, but for purposes of me not getting in trouble, I'm not going to say her name, and I'm going to make up another name for her. What should we call her? We're going to call her Mary. Mary and I were just sort of okay friends. We felt comfortable enough to move in with each other. Everything was smooth. We had like friendly conversations. We had some private conversations. So yeah, I thought it was a good thing. Where I lived, I loved where I lived. It wasn't like the best area because it was away from everything. I lived in Santa Monica, or near Santa Monica. But it was away from like everything else, which that sucked. Apartment complex in general was so nice. I'm telling you, like, it was the best for what we like paid for out in LA. Like, I should have done like an apartment tour. It was spacious, 2-bedroom. The walls were really thick. You couldn't hear anything, so like you could like make as much noise as you wanted to. Also, there was a lot of weird things that would happen in the apartment that I didn't like. These were the cons. But my roommate caused these problems. She decided to play with the Ouija board, which like brought like bad stuff into our apartment. But besides all that, hey, I loved it. But that's another story for another time. If you want to hear that story about all the crazy shit that happened with paranormal stuff, then give this video a thumbs up and I'll tell ya. So Mary was a YouTuber, and just to let you guys know, it was me, Mary, and her so-called boyfriend. I don't know what the heck he is to her. Like, their relationship to me did not make sense. For me, like, he was freeloading off of her because she was paying for everything and slept in the same bed with her. That's pretty much what it was. Hey, whatever she wanted, like, none of my business. Like, I don't. And I decided to ask Adrian to move in with me. I wanted him to move in with me before I even decided to like live with her. It was like something that I wanted to happen, but we didn't know if it was going to, and then it did happen, which was good. Where we were like 2 couples living with each other, we didn't really do stuff together. I think there were a couple of times that we went to the movies together, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Well, Mary had the bright idea to film this YouTube video. It was a prank video, and she was like, you know, confiding in me, telling me she didn't know what she wanted to do, she didn't know what she wanted to film, which is fine, you know, every YouTuber does this, okay? They do stuff to get views, hello. It's entertainment purposes, but she didn't really do YouTube, so I don't know what she was trying to do. She was literally just trying to go viral and get rich. Just the wrong thing to do. It will not happen for you. She decided to film this video where she was going to pour blood all over her, lie down in the elevator in our apartment complex while her boyfriend, I'm gonna do that every single time, was dressed up in a cow suit, and he would have a knife in his hand, and they were gonna record people's reaction behind them. I'm not really entirely sure whose idea this was, if it was Mary's or if it was her boy toy, but they told me that they were gonna do it. They didn't ask. But they asked me if they could borrow my cameras. I have 2 cameras. I even asked, I was like, are you sure it's a good idea? What if we get the cops called? They said, no, they're not going to call the cops. It's too late at night. There's nobody going to do that. And if they do, we'll run. And I was just like, I mean, that's all you can do, you know, like, I guess. Let them borrow my cameras, and I also let them borrow my memory card. They go, they film their video, they come back, and she's like heavily breathing, like scared, and I'm just like, okay, she had to run away. Somebody was chasing after her. And they got to this one lady, and she was not having it. She was like, hell no. There's kids that live on this floor, and you're doing this because, I mean, just think, like, Mary was laying on the floor with blood all over her, and her boy toy had a knife in his hand. If a child saw that, I'm sure that would kind of freak them out. The lady that was just not having it was saying, you need to leave or clean this mess up and get that camera off of me. I watched the footage, by the way. This is how I know all of this. And it's very disturbing and it's very embarrassing. That's why I hope that they posted to show how ignorant these people are. So Mary decides to look at the people and was just like, no, we live here. We can do whatever we want. Are you serious? Just because you live somewhere and you pay an amount of money doesn't mean that you can necessarily do whatever you want. I mean, you have to have boundaries. There's rules. So she's screaming back and forth at this woman, and two other people come in that live on that floor, and they're like screaming at her. She turns into this psycho child, and she's just like, whenever I was watching the footage of this, I didn't know what to do. I was just like, did you really act like that in front of your like boyfriend? Like, and her boyfriend was in on it too, like,
bro, we can do whatever we want, like we live here.
I'm pretty sure he said something like, we pay the bills. I'm just like, bitch, you don't pay for shit. Like, you sit in your little chair and broadcast all day. Like, you don't do shit. That pissed me off. And at the end of all that footage, I saw Mary was still screaming at the people. The scared lady was just like, get off the elevator, go, we're calling the cops. She had a broom, and I'm pretty sure she was just like, you know, scooting them out of the way, like kind of like trying to push them out of the way. I don't think they got hit by the broom, but they claim that they got hit, and they claim that they were going to sue for everything they had. When I say they, I mean Mary and her boyfriend. And they were like,
yeah, dog, we got all this on footage right now. You hit me with the broom.
I'm just like, what you did was way worse. I let all of it go. Like, I can't believe they done that. And I like went and talked to Adrian privately, and he was just like, yeah, they're probably gonna call the cops. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get called to the front desk of the leasing office and we get kicked out. I was just like, nah, there's no way. So the next day finally rolls around, and I was at a dog park. I get a text from Mary, and she's just like, Taylor, I really need to talk to you. Are you home? And I asked her, like, what's wrong? She was like, we've been evicted. And I immediately start crying. Like, in that whole text, she tells me we have like a couple of days until we can leave. I think we had like 90 days. This is it. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna live. Like, it's really hard to just like randomly find an apartment out here. And whenever you first move into an apartment, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that do live on your own, that the first 2 months is really hard because you're buying stuff for your apartment and the bills just like really pour in, and then you have to pay for a deposit. Like, you're paying for a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's like a money racket. And I was scared that I was going to have to pay for rent for my apartment that I was getting evicted from, and then I was going to have to pay for another apartment complex plus a deposit. You know, that's a lot of money. Plus I have pets, so pet deposit, which is a shit ton of money too. It's like $500 per pet, and I have 2 pets. So I was looking at maybe $3 grand in 1 month. And my parents don't help me. Nobody helps me. My grandparents will not help me because they want me to move back, so they won't help by any means. I did not go and yell at her whenever I saw her, but I told her to give me like a couple of hours. And in those couple of hours, I went to the leasing office and I asked them, I was like, please, like, are there any way that you could like let me stay, let me and Adrian stay, maybe get a 1-bedroom here, maybe look for another roommate, because this is very spur of the moment. In the next 2 weeks, I think, that I had to go to Orlando on this, it was a trip that they sent me on. How am I going to do this with having to go on that trip and all this other stuff that I was going through at the time? And it just really sucked. They were like, yeah, you know what? This is like a legal issue, so we're going to have to give you a call back. And they never called us anyway, so I'm guessing, like, you know, they didn't care enough. They just wanted us out. We literally didn't do anything. We went hunting for apartments for, I think, 2 days, and then she found one, and we went and looked at it, which is the one that I'm in right now. And I was not crazy about it. I was actually very upset about it. It's not that I don't like this place, it's just that, yeah, I don't like this place. Like, I really don't like the apartment complex itself. Like, the area is cool, but I do not like this apartment complex at all. So we get ready to like sign papers here, move all of our stuff in, which was very hectic. I had to buy a U-Haul for myself to put all my stuff in. I can't even explain to you like how much time and money I've lost from like not being able to film, not being able to broadcast because of all that stuff that was going on. I couldn't do anything. She like, you know, rigged me out of my money. But we finally get all of our stuff moved and I'm showing I'm angry at her. You know, I lost out on a lot of money. Here is the dilemma next, and this is what really pissed me off. And you might think this is really minor, which it is, but I'm just showing you how ignorant she is. This is a 2-bedroom apartment, and the one that I am in, that she's not in here anymore. Woohoo! Yeah, this was her room. This is a bigger bedroom. This is considered a master bedroom, I think. And there's a bathroom in this bedroom. There's another bedroom down there. You can't see because the door's shut. Yeah, that's my bedroom. And then there's a bathroom next to it. And that bedroom, I don't really know how to explain it, but it has no natural sunlight because we are like inside the apartment complex. I'll try to like insert like a little video to show you, but we get me and Adrian get no natural sunlight. The room is so much smaller. Mary's the one that would bring over like friends and she would have them stay without asking me in our living room in our old apartment for like a month at a time. Okay, that was really annoying to me. And I was just like, okay, you should get the smaller room with the bathroom next to it because you have friends come in all the time. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to have like somebody come in and use my freaking toilet paper that I paid $12 for. Or steal my stuff. Because these little internet people, they're really handsy. Like they'll take your shit. Like they really will. Like you'll invite them into your apartment to stay or spend the night. Like they'll look and they'll be like, ooh, this looks nice. I'm taking this with me, and put it in their pocket. It doesn't freaking matter. Especially her friends. So I was just like, I don't want that, you know? I want my own space. I don't ever come out of my bedroom. But she cried and she whined until she got what she wanted. She was just like,
fine, effing fine, you'll get the better bedroom.
And I'm just like, bitch, like I should get whatever I want at this point. You got me evicted from my apartment. She ended up getting the better bedroom because I am the bigger person. She even claimed that she would be depressed staying in a dark room. I'm just like,
really?
So whenever we finally moved all of our stuff in, she had to go to Canada because that's where she lives. And I'm not going to get all into that. Why she's here is because of school or something like that. She had been, you know, moved into this room for literally maybe 2 days, and then she had to leave. The day that she was supposed to come back, oh shit. But anyways, it was the day that she was supposed to be back. And she never came back, and I thought it was because she missed her flight. I didn't really ask questions because I didn't care. I was like moving all of my stuff in. She never came, and then it was like 2 days later, and then I saw some tweets from her, and she said she was stuck in Canada. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I bet she's not going to be able to come back. My freaking luck, right? And I was right. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but yeah, she couldn't leave Canada. And I was just like, okay, so what do you suggest I do with paying for an apartment? Because I know your little boyfriend's not going to pay for it. She just tells me basically that I'm just going to have to find someone else. And I don't know anybody else, you know, like, it's like, it doesn't even matter if you have friends. Like, I don't know anybody that needs a place. Like, I'm just like, okay, well, I can sublease it for 6 months and then you can come back, which I don't even know why I offered that. I hate her. She starts to cry and she's just like, I can't live in LA anymore because I'm just depressed. Okay. Moral of the story of that is I'm not stupid. Her little boyfriend, I think he lives or lived in Florida, and obviously he's not going to continue staying here. By the way, he was here the whole entire time that she was gone. He just stayed here, did his own thing while she was going to Canada. And he couldn't live here because he doesn't make enough money to do that. I'm pretty sure that she just didn't want to come back here because he probably wanted to move back to Florida, so she's probably going to move to Florida with him, leaving me with all of this in this shitty apartment that I really don't like, that she picked out, that I just settled for because, like, well, what other choice did I have? I was like on a time crunch to find another apartment. So yeah, I got left here. Scammed of my money. She's a scammer. I would not trust her ever again. Now she's gone, and lucky enough, I have found other people to move in with me. It took a long time. That's pretty much what happened. I'm trying to think if I left anything else out. Oh yeah, she's a horrible person. I don't know if I've said that or not, but I'm gonna say it again. She's a horrible person. But yeah, I will never live with someone like that again. And if I do, I'm giving them the shoe and I'm kicking them out. Kick, kick, kick. Thanks for getting me evicted from my old apartment. If you're watching this, I really appreciate that. I hope your daddy has fun paying for all of your stuff because I don't have my daddy to pay for everything. So lucky you. Yay! I hate you. Okay, that's the end of my video. I'm sorry if you didn't like how angry I was in it, but this was just a really sucky thing that happened to me that I'm just now getting over. If anything ever happens like that to you, like, don't be friends with someone that's all secretive and sneaky like that because, well, you'll get shit like this. Alright, I love you guys, and make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, and I'll tell you more of my unfortunate event stories. I'm sure you'll love to hear them. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will love you for that, and I think that's it. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!